Hi guys, Cinematic Recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain an American science fiction and fantasy movie starring Ryan Reynolds, called The Adam Project. In 2050, an injured fighter pilot named Adam steals his time jet from his enemy. He wants to escape through time travel on a rescue mission to 2018. However, he accidentally crash lands in 2022 instead after he enters the wormhole. Back in 2022, younger Adam is currently 12 years old and he is being bullied by his friends at school. After that, his mother, Ellie, picks him up at school and finds out that it was younger Adam who made fun of his friends first. He did this because he is struggling with the recent death of his father, Louis, in a car accident. In the evening, his mother wants to go on a date with her new boyfriend, so younger Adam stays alone in the house. When he wants to play his favorite video game, the power suddenly goes out. He then follows his dog into the forest and sees that the trees have been burned to the ground. Meanwhile, he hears noises from his house and decides to return home. Soon, young Adam unknowingly meets with his older self in the garage. At that time, older Adam just realizes that he has landed in 2022 after asking young Adam's age. When older Adam is treating his wound, young Adam keeps asking for his identity. At first, he does not want to tell about himself, but in the end he reveals that he is Adam from the future. Obviously, young Adam is shocked after he knows all of his identities, such as the name of his dog and the asthma he suffered as a child. Afterwards, they head to the location where the time jet crashed. Adam says that he has to fix the time jet first, but it will not let him inside because he is injured. Therefore, he needs young Adam's DNA because the time jet is coded to its user's DNA. After they get inside, young Adam keeps asking about the multiverse which is going on right now. However, Adam immediately refutes his statement and says that the multiverse does not exist, but all of this is a time travel. The next morning, young Adam visits Adam in the garage and he becomes fascinated when he sees that he will have a burly body in the future, making him even more curious about his adult version. As they are walking to the nearest pharmacy, Adam explains that he could end up in 2022 because he jammed the coordinates while stealing the time jet. Later, young Adam is again approached by his schoolmate who bullied him earlier. At the same time, the bullies make older Adam to remember his childhood, so he motivates young Adam to fight against his friends. However, he still cannot fight back and gets angry with Adam before he leaves them. Seeing this, Adam immediately reminds the bullies not to deal with young Adam again and they both run away. He then finds young Adam in the garage who is angry with him because he did not help him at all. Afterwards, young Adam finds the photo of Adam's wife, Laura, and says that he will forgive him if Adam agrees to tell him who she is and what has happened to her. Adam eventually reveals that he is looking for Laura, who was supposedly killed in a crash while on a mission in 2018. He does not believe it because Laura was the best pilot in the program. He suspects that Sorian, who was his father's partner, had covered up something from Laura's accident. In the future, Sorian has become evil since his father's death by dominating the most precious resource on Earth, which is time. In fact, time travel was unintentionally invented by his father and he calls it the Adam Project. Adam suddenly feels something strange coming to his house and he immediately throws a bomb. Sure enough, he is being chased by Sorian and her lieutenant, Christos, who attempt to apprehend Adam and take him back to 2050. Just as they are about to be defeated, the two are rescued by Laura. Adam is surprised to see her alive and they immediately kill all of Sorian's guards. After that, Laura takes them to her house and answers all of Adam's questions to her. She reveals that she has escaped an assassination attempt against her and she is left stranded in the past for 4 years because her jet has been blown up. Laura also has learned that Sorian has traveled back in time and altered the past to give herself control over time travel in the future. Later, Laura urges Adam to travel back to 2018 and destroy time travel to set things right and save the future, even though his ultimate goal is to find her wife. He insists on asking Laura to go with him, but is reminded that his jet is coded into his DNA, so Laura cannot get on the jet. On the other hand, there are alarm sounds indicating that their location has been tracked by Sorian. Laura is forced to sacrifice herself so that the two Adams can escape. After detonating Christos's car, it is revealed that he was the one who planted the bomb on Laura's jet. Sorian chases Adam after killing Laura and warns that he only has one power left to do time travel. Even so, they are determined to continue their mission and jump back to 2018. Back in 2018, Louis is teaching a college class. Adam suddenly cuts him off with a statement which catches his attention. His statement makes Louis realize that Adam must be his son and later wonders if time travel really exists. Afterwards, They ask their father for help in their mission to destroy the particle accelerator. Louis initially refuses because he thinks it can change the original timeline and their actions can violate ethical and scientific issues, but he is surprised when he learns that Saurian has already tampered with the original timeline. At a motel, Adam asks his father not to become a scientist as he is today, but to be a father to younger Adam. Then younger Adam confronts his future about his bitterness and anger towards his father. On the other side, older Adam finally realizes that the source of his anger was the pain left over his father's death. The next morning, the two Adams approach the Saurian technology building to destroy the particle accelerator, although without their father's help. In preparation, young Adam is told to use Adam's drone, just like when he plays his favorite video game. While Adam is walking alone inside, Saurian's troops suddenly appear around him. Hence, he immediately orders young Adam to shoot them using the drone. Luckily, Louis also shows up out of nowhere to save Adam from the crash. After winning the battle, Louis says that he now decides to help them because they will not succeed without him. They plan to destroy the time travel by destroying the hard drive which is inside the accelerator. It is the only copy of what is in Louis' memory, including the calculations and algorithms that would eventually lead to time travel. After they get the hard drive, suddenly Saurian and her younger self appear. Older Saurian threatens to shoot younger Adam if they do not want to give her the hard drive, because if young Adam dies, Adam will die too. Adam tries to buy time while gesturing for younger Adam to escape from Saurian's grasp. Because of that, older Saurian accidentally damages the particle accelerator and it becomes overload, causing all metal objects to be sucked into it. A battle erupts between everyone. Even Christos also has to die because he is sucked into the accelerator after he is bounced off by a metal object. 2 minutes before the accelerator explodes, older Saurian intercepts them to hand over the hard drive. As Louis persists in not giving up the hard drive, older Saurian eventually shoots him with an armor-piercing bullet. However, the accelerator's massive magnetic field pulls the bullet toward it, which kills Saurian's younger self and causes older Saurian to be erased. Fortunately, the accelerator explodes just as Louis and his two sons escape outside the building. With the time travel destroyed and the future set right, Louis tells his sons that he does not want to know his future fate, though it is implied that he knows he will die soon. He reminds his sons that he cannot know anything that might change the time available to him because no one has a right to change the future. Together they decide to play a game of baseball catch. Before that, Adam advises his younger self to hug their mother as tight as possible. As Louis retrieves the ball, he turns to see the two Adams have vanished to go back to their respective times. In 2022, young Adam releases his bitterness and anger over the death of his father. At that time, he also remembers older Adam's words to reconcile with his mother, and both of them express their love for each other. Several years later, older Adam attends a college class and meets Laura, in exactly the same circumstances which he previously described to young Adam. In the end, Adam is seen escorting Laura to the correct classroom where she is the guest speaker for the class. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.